its history. So when you approach it, it's wooden places with thatched roofs. Interestingly, the thatched roofs look more perfect and intact than you're used to. That's what you find on the edge of town, and then you see like goat herds and stuff like that on the edge of town. So yeah, and it's a little bit of a hilly sort of trail through, but it's wide, like wide enough for a wagon and solid enough. So just looks like horses would get tired or something, like if they were pulling something. Everybody's mounted, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bumbleberry fell asleep on his horse.
Bumbleberry was like, "Oh shit, I forgot my travel weights," and turned around to go home and get them. He'll meet us.
There you go.
He'll come back.
He was also riding a dog, I think.
Yeah,
so it's also something where that, like, it's always possible the dog just ran away or, like, found a cat.
He forgot his weights. He'll be back.
So yeah, as you approach this, there's a few goat herds and stuff at the edge of town. Everything looks fairly peaceful. This is reputation as one of the safest places in the realms, but that's mostly in mythology. There was something called the Council of Lords in the past, where like 8 people sort of ruled the whole continent, and one of them lived here, one of the family members, and it had more to do with their power and adventuring history than any monarchy or anything like that. So their power level.
The Harpels? Yeah. Harpel? Is that who it is?
Harpel, yeah.
Harpel, yeah. So, from the last campaign.
Yeah. So, yeah. So you guys have been here. Oh, last campaign. Yeah, here. Okay.
Well, when I was at DM, there was a Harpel character.
Yeah. So you guys, yeah. So yeah, that's right. All right, was the like a rogue cousin woman or something?
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, that was at a different time. So, anyways, yeah. So you approach, and there's a big roundhouse in the middle that's made of stone, and you can see on the far side of town a house that's so elaborate it must be pretty much a castle. It looks like it's for like 4 families, but it's a house somehow as opposed to a castle. And Nova, shut up. Nova, quiet. Come on. Anyways, so quiet is the official word. Come here. Come on. Yes. So, anyways, yeah. So they're fairly. Everybody's friendly, smiles and waves. Everybody looks safe and happy. There's no website, anything like that. And there's a little roundhouse in the middle that seems to be like a inn/town hall based on the signs. And yeah, not too much looks out of place. Nobody's on edge or anything. So
we ask at the inn town hall if anyone's seen Bob.
Okay. Just one sec. Anyways, so we have 2 dogs going now. So I don't know why cats are that anxious. So yeah, so you head into the inn there, and so Bob hasn't been seen here for about 15 days, which means it was on his way back to the orphanage. But we'd be glad to see him again. If you see him, tell us to come say hi. So you enter this big round room, and in this round inn is you see like a clerk's desk over. It must be basically the town hall for this little village, and you see just a number of people sitting around having like very good food. It all looks very good and very healthy, and everybody, there's about 10 people in here and about 15 tables, and everybody seems happy and relaxed, and they smile and wave when you come in. It's the happiest place on earth so far that you've encountered. So yeah, and then the big bartender dude is just like, hey, haven't seen him in a while, but I hope he comes back soon. Let him know. So we've got something special for him.
What's that?
So go. That's between him and me, but he'll appreciate it. He always appreciates a fine liquor from far away.
Yeah. Yes, he does. Just I guess out of curiosity, anybody around here wearing any maybe concealing any idols around their necks? Do I see anything that looks like that? Some bulges around the necks.
Those type usually go around through the path in the forest. So,
I
or
don't look for
north.
bulges. That's unusual.
Spence? What'd you say, Spence?
That kind of looking for bulges is unusual.
Oh, I don't know why I can't hear that. Just one second, let me turn you off. Oh, you're already at 200%.
It's like the joke wasn't funny enough to say 3 times.
I know. Okay, don't worry about it then. All right. It's too bad I wasn't doing that just to fuck with you. Speaking of which, ES, did you look up what I meant by that song? Or
Oh no, I didn't get a chance to.
that's fine. Anyways, sometime do look it up. The, so yeah, so it is insight pedo.
Okay. That's pretty good, I think. What those say? 16.
It's not all drink.
It's not all. Okay. He's adding
He's
something.
got something else, some other reason to see Bob.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I think he might be worried about.
Okay. Worried about him. Okay. Yeah, in that case, I'll was Bob looking okay when you last saw him?
Oh, he was fine then, but I heard rumors. So.
Rumors?
Yeah, that he went for trouble in the north and didn't come back. So in the middle of the night, of all things. So.
Yeah.
Which is sort of lines up with what you guys heard at the orphanage. So.
I'm good. How are you?
I guess if we're speaking to the bartender, I guess we ran into some bandits south of here. Do they or are they aware of that? Do they know of that, or is that just kind of a standard thing?
Oh, they don't rob good people, and eventually the bad people will take care of them. They seem to live a long time. They popped up a couple times before, and were taken care of by somebody, but they haven't bothered anybody who would not go around Long Saddle.
Have you heard of any people getting possessed?
He looks like
Taking
a real.
over or losing control?
Sorry, who spoke?
Peter.
No, after that, somebody said something.
No.
I think it was just me.
Okay. He says, "Why would you say that? That's something that. Have you heard of that? We should get help.
I have heard of that. Yes.
We should send to the orphanage for help as soon as Bob returns.
Why?
The Harples have been gone for many years now, 3 or 4 years on some kind of quest, and they said to contact Bob if we needed help and people being possessed. Have you seen that happen near here?
Yes. I kind of
Oh.
don't want to worry this guy.
Okay.
He's worried enough already.
He's really worried. He's like, it's been so peaceful around here for hundreds of years, and now those silly bandits, and then somebody being possessed. It wasn't you, was it? You weren't possessed, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Oh. Nobody's showing their leg scars, I assume, right?
No, we all wear pants.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
did they know anything about that back at the orphanage?
It didn't come up. So they're used to seeing the sort of staff and the regulars and the apprentices. If you had spent time with the kids, maybe like the teenagers and stuff, but we hadn't gone through that.
Okay.
But no, they're so used to seeing everything come through right at this point.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty. They assumed that you hadn't had a sleep to heal you or something. So at that point, right? So So yeah, but you know, the only sort of Bob's main sort of right hand confidant guy, he was also gone, but on a separate quest. So as far as everybody knows, so I can't remember his name right now. So yeah, but he was gone when you were there. So those are the only two people that tend to know operations.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Um,
So yeah. Go
sorry
ahead.
guys, I have to actually leave. I will try to join from home.
Okay.
With the fiance is
Yep.
got an emergency, so.
Yep. Talking to this guy.
Yeah. So, well, I guess another question that I would have for the barkeep is that, are there any like kind of magical stores or like shops around here that we may be able to, like, inquire further?
You could talk to the stores master at Long Saddle. I know that some of the stuff they have is for trade or sale. So
Okay.
yeah, just to see whatever they've been authorized to release. So yeah. So he asked you a bunch more questions about possession and whether you know if Bob's coming back. He really wants to know. You know, he seems really worried about it. And you know, if you hear he comes back, do you guys indicate you're from the orphanage?
I'm not sure if we explicitly do, but I feel like we give off
You're
pretty strong orphanage vibes.
Oh, you're recognizable. It's a question of it's not always like
Yeah, are we identified as being explicitly doing orphanage work right now?
or are you identified in front of all the people in this transient inn and he's not sure,
Yeah,
right?
we probably are. I don't think we're hiding who we are.
Yeah. Well, nobody and anybody who knows anything knows the mix, right? So
It's
he
not
just
like it's not like it's a cult or anything like that. Like we don't hide.
So oh shit, Bumbleberry's not here. Shit,
It's not a cult.
let me check my notes. No, that's okay. We're okay without him for a bit. We'll see how ES does there.
So he's a maybe for whether or not they'll come back. He'll probably
Fine.
have to
What's that?
assess.
What's
He's a
that?
maybe for coming back.
Yeah.
He's what?
A maybe for whether or not he'll be back.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, I know.
I guess for those in the party at the bar, it's like, do we have any other things that we would like to do around this town?
I mean, if there were expensive magic items, possibly.
There are there's like a university or something, or some sort of learning institution around here, right?
It's a really big house, like
Oh,
like Windsor Castle style, and they did say you could go to see if somebody at the stores had in for trading. So this stores being the stores within the building as opposed to a store.
like their storage room stores, you mean?
Yeah, well, you know the way Castle would have a full store worth of stuff, right? They call it the stores, right? So yeah.
Okay, so not like
Yeah,
Virgin
not a
and
retail
Metropolis. We're
But
a
they said
stop.
that the store master often trades or has stuff he's allowed to trade.
Well,
so.
we should see because Bob might have stocked up here.
Yeah.
We can see what he got.
Yeah.
If he got.
Yeah,
If he came
and I do
by.
think that like we're fairly certain that there was some sort of like possession going on in the previous battle. I'm assuming we don't need to find a priest and like for like an
That's
exorcism
actually a good
or
idea
something, but
because Giroux doesn't know much about religious stuff. Should we find someone who might know, or is there any learned folk in town?
Can I make a religion check on where I might find a person like that in town?
You don't need too much either. There's somebody here at the main house. You could ask.
Yeah.
So he says,
What are they trying to figure out? Sorry, I missed that part.
Well, I guess ultimately we feel like there's some sort of like possession going on. Now, I have a lot of healing moves, but I don't think that I actually have anything that could deal with a possessed person in terms of like,
in the way a cleric person could.
yeah. So, does anyone have a tool in their tool belts that can deal with like possession?
did you ask him if there was anybody around? Drew, you asked him, I thought, or not?
Yeah. I'm asking around.
Okay. He says, well, and he brings over Drew and he whispers, perception check from Kelp.
Perception check. All right. Did that pop up?
Yeah.
Did. All right.
All right. So you don't hear quite what he says. Drew, he tells you that he has a confidential a reference or a confidential person you could talk to in Mirabar who'd be able to tell you everything about that, either be it wizardly or priestly. So and he's enamored with this person and their power. He's like, she's very special. She knows so much about these kind of things. I went to her, about my mother's ghost, which Drew is like, I'm sure, skeptical about, but also lives in this world.
Yeah.
So you gotta always balance
It
that.
could be. It could be.
So and she helped me talk to her and put her at peace and let her go. And she knew so much about wizardly stuff that the Harples would sometimes ask her questions, which is always a sign. So yeah. So I don't know. She might know her.
Wait, where is she? What's her name?
She's a Mirabar. And you.
Okay.
North of you,
It's on the route.
where you're
Okay.
headed.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I'll,
So they all know her as the Madam, but her name is actually Madam Kessel. And if you tell her that, and you tell her that I sent you, it'll get you once removed from Harples. So
Okay.
you'll
Thank
be able
you.
to
Thank you
ask.
very much. That's very
She will
sweet of
know
you.
so much about. I bet you she'll know everything. She'll solve your problems. She got rid. Yeah, my mother was gone from and at peace and restful, and he puts that face on, but he's actually just happy that he hears voice anymore. It's like, of all the people he ever knew in his life, this is the person he wanted to hear the last of their voice.
Should have been the mother-in-law. Or
So yeah, so that's what he says, and he offers you food and drink, and once he realizes who you are by name, he offers you something to sample, which is you realize, and Peter will tell you. I'll just talk for him when he talks there when it matters. He'll tell you that this is the stuff that the lady had, that his lady in Aloria, and it's a blood red, thick, like shot glass. It's very, very precious. So
The stuff that was
I'd say
50
two of
gold
you.
a shot.
What's that?
The stuff that was like 50 gold a shot.
Yeah, so two of you could try like out of one, but that's about all there is in this. I'm sorry, I don't know how long it'll be before I can get any more of it. I was saving for Bob, so but you can try it. It's really neat, and then you can just tell him when you see him. Maybe he'll come back. He's very eager.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely pass that on.
Are you gonna try the shot? Anybody?
If no one outside, I'll take a hit down if no one else wants to.
Nah, I'm not really a drinker.
let's see
He
how
does already.
physiology.
He does already. Already.
So that's why might as well start with the good stuff, right?
Pito's already had it, so he waits for others to have a chance. So he's had a glass of it. So yeah. So yeah. Is anybody? So Spalding's going to drink it. Anybody else going to have the other half? Or
I'll have the other half. Why not?
okay. Sorry, Frankfurt.
Cheers.
So is anybody missing any hit points?
I'm at 35.
I'm at about half. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at half.
So both of you take 50% of your missing hit points back.
50% of what's missing. Okay.
Yeah. Which is very
so
precious.
Okay. Bob will definitely he'll come running when he hears about this.
You guys did look pretty rough. I think that's why you might think that that's why he offered it to you after you have that feeling, like you feel like you've been magically healed without any ceremony or anything, just from drinking. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so you've experienced this red drink. It's like if blood and cherries got together. It's got that rich, thick, shine, and cherry color. Anyways, yeah. Drew,
Yes.
people here are all travelers. Nobody was armed more than any other traveler in this space. Nobody looked particularly richer. There's definitely some people that have your trained eye is going to be. It's definitely people with 100 or a couple hundred on them, but they also were really nice and smiled and waved at you when you came in. So.
Okay. So it's a pretty chill place. It's like a traveler, like the traveler equivalent of like a hunting lodge where people kind of
Yeah.
pass through.
Yeah, and for some whatever reason, in this round room with these tables, and there's a clerk's desk for sure, but nobody at it. But it's pretty clear, and it says, has a sign, I am in and I am out, that they flip around, right? So and it says I am out. You look around, you don't see anything that says rob me, and the interesting thing is you feel like there's a disproportionate number of people that are happy here, so in this room. For travelers, right? Normally, lots are paranoid or keep to themselves, or even you might keep quiet if you're by yourself, right? So,
Now, have we been here before?
you have been here. Yeah, you've been here in the past.
Was it like
so.
this last time?
Yeah, it's always a happy town. So.
Okay.
But you guys are feeling more positive yourselves, so than you were after the attack, and you feel more rested and just a little happier. And that's not uncommon in Long Saddle. I was just kind of giving an impression that there really wasn't anybody that you want to rob or should be robbed, but
Yeah. No, I wouldn't here. It's a place we come through regularly.
Yep. Just
That's
let
fair.
you know.
Feel from the obscure locations.
Yeah, more of a routine just to let you know. So that's all the way up. But so you guys head over to the main house, I guess.
That's not where
It's
we're.
fairly famous. You guys have been by it, but when the Harples were here, you were sort of discouraged from going there and bothering them. But now you hear they're away and that you've got an invitation almost to talk to the store master. And along the edge has always been this river that sort of goes under a bunch of bridges and at some points goes underground. And there usually was these pink, sorry about the camera distance, pink swan boats that people would go in around this river. And the cool thing about the river, from what you hear, it's just around the house, but it's not a moat like it's before the lawns and the gardens and stuff. Is that the boats will go around and around and around, but there's no falls or locks or anything. So it's like a couple miles around this property. So, anyways, there's a few empty swan boats going by, but you haven't seen any people other than somebody who looks like a sort of a clerk style at the front there, and he's just standing there. He's got a little stool beside him. He says, "Hello, greetings. My masters are away. How can I help you today?"
Well, I'm personally looking for a few objects that are engraved with symbols of the outer planes. Do you have anything like that?
Oh, anything that's for sale or for trade, you need to talk to the store master. So,
Yeah.
And have you seen Bob at all recently?
Oh no, the innkeeper, or his name is Jaith. I gotta pull him up. He was he um he said that, and he's, by the way, he's new to to you guys. Not like suspiciously new, but last a couple times you were through here, he wasn't. Um, he said that Bob was missing or something, that or late coming back. That's what he said. Late, late, late. And he looks at his piece of paper and he says, "Oh, they said it was late." And he puts it back in a notebook, and you realize that he has like a notebook stuffed full of like neatly full of all kinds of notes about stuff. But he acted like he read that off the note he was looking at. So late, he was late. So.
When's the last time you saw him?
Oh, we saw him about 15 days ago when he was on his way home. He was very happy and cheery. He said that some important people were coming back, young guys that he wanted to see, and they were.
He was on his way. Sorry, he was on his way back.
Home. Yeah, about 15 days ago. Your timelines are that he's sort of more missing from 7 days ago. He went away for 48 hours. So, and then you guys became aware that he was trapped or in trouble.
So he hasn't even been this far yet.
He went this through here on the way home.
From something prior to the last one.
In the past, he left when you guys got to Oblong, it looks like about 7 days ago, he left in the middle of the night on a mission, stealth-wise. So, with a fast horse.
So it seems like, to tie it up here, Bob has not been here in the last week.
Yeah,
not
since
way up north.
Since when he went to Oblong, he hasn't been here.
And this is the way north from Oblong.
No, he could go to the coast, but also he could come through at night, and these guys would be asleep because this place is done at about 11 o'clock. So.
Okay, so there's not like 24-hour watch sort of thing.
No, one of the things about Long Saddle is how safe it is, and it's rumored to be magically endowed to be safe. So. You always remember that your worst mood is gone when you enter Long Saddle. Your worst mood is just like lifted off you. Somebody wanted to build a spa, and just you were like, "What's a spa?" And somebody explained it to you, and it's like, because everybody's happy here. So, anyways, so everybody who comes there is sort of like lift their burdens and feels good, and then they go north of town, they feel grumpy again. So it's not a surprise. There's rumors of like windows to other planes appearing on this property, and like dragons swooping down and meeting with these guys and just disappearing before they even fly up into the sky, and all kinds of this. And every rumor that even if half of them or a tenth of them are true, this crazy stuff focuses around this house. He does point you to the store master if you want, which is behind the stables there, and says you have to talk to him. So. Spalding, he has what you want specifically, and he says I'm allowed to trade that for people of a certain level of knowledge. So he's just a human again. He reminds you, you're pretty sure he's related to the clerk at the front. He's wearing just a nice leather apron and nice clothes under it, and he was standing there. He's got a little sort of set of shelves behind him, and it looks like there's a room in the back with more shelves. And he says, people who have reached a certain knowledge are always welcome to trade for this item.
All right. Do I need
to? It's up off the shelf there. It's right there in the opening. It's exactly what you want. You can physically shape it, or I can later, because I forgot to. And he shows it to you, and there's a little piece of paper under it. And under that he holds that piece of paper up without you seeing the word on it, and he says, "La," right? L-A, and you realize it's half a word from a related spell. So you can complete. So Lamens, and you can that's what it kind of sounds like, and you can complete the word, and he just hands it to you and says, you have to leave something of equal value.
So. Okay. I take out one of the golden magic coins from the dragon's hoard that we got, and I give to him.
Oh, does he see that you have more of them?
I guess I'd be sleight of hand versus perception, whether or not he sees.
Oh no, I mean if you don't let him, he doesn't. He's not.
I only pull out one.
Do you have two of those? Those are very unusual, but I don't know if there's any buyer for them. So maybe for magic, they could be used for time magic. Actually, he says. Do you know time magic? you could learn time magic if you had one of these, because if you have something that, and he looks at it, he's like, if you have something like this that theoretically doesn't exist in this time and it ties to the past, it can help you get there. You need to go to the past, and he just starts rambling about it. It's like, I hear all this stuff about time magic, and if you have these objects from the past, it really helps you go to those places in the past. Did they just like sit in a museum and come forward, or did they set, like you said, a dragon's hoard? Oh boy, that could be anything. If they're from the past but they didn't travel by just sitting somewhere, because boy, are they in good shape for that age. They're almost like, he looks at them and he just, if they're authentic, they're, oh my gosh, they're just like post cataclysm, which is like 8,000 years. So.
Well, you know how valuable this is then.
He doesn't know the 8,000. He doesn't say 8,000 years, but everyone knows roughly.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. Like, so you understand the rarity of this item.
The rarity is here, but value is in a buyer. So if just roll for persuasion.
Sorry, where's that? Oh, it's that one.
That's no problem.
Persuasion is 13.
All right. He just says, "Oh, okay," and it just leaves you alone on that, and just takes the one coin. He's like, "Thank you very much, sir. I'm sure the masters will be interested in this. That's very interesting. What is your name? You're from the orphanage.
Spalding above them.
Oh yeah. Well, I knew you were from Oblong, but I just didn't know your name." He says, You're quite the mix of friends you have here. So Oblong's a funny place like that.
Yeah,
So many rumors. I don't believe him though. He's very happy. Yeah, and he just says, "Does anybody need anything else? I can help you if you want." We have it, and it's for trade. Anybody?
Nope. I haven't looked at it.
Okay. What's Kelp wearing?
What am I wearing?
Yeah.
Fairly certain I'm wearing that mithril armor that we found underwater that wasn't all rusty.
Right. And you're attuned to it?
I do not.
It was non-magical. That's correct. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, mithril plate is what I'm wearing, and seems to be it. I guess underwear isn't on the equipment, is it?
Oh, you have all the linings and stuff that you would have with it. So yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
He says, that's quite the piece too. That's pretty wild. That's dwarven made. Isn't that's unusual? Says, are you looking to trade it?
Well, I mean, like, what do you have to offer? Because value is only in what's available.
And he goes into the back. He says, hold on a second. And he comes back and he says, he's carrying a fairly interesting set of armor, heavy armor. And he says, have you tried this stuff? He says that one you have there, like, you know that dwarves don't work mithril for people your size, right? And
okay.
So he says it's very odd that's the only magic in the armor, by the way, was that it fit you. There was nothing else to it. It just adapted itself like an attuned item, so automatically. So, anyways, this is the cleanest armor you've ever seen, he says, and it is. It's like it was built yesterday. He says, you know what? I'll tell you a secret. It's over 100 years old. It's so clean, and if you put it on, it'll just fit you perfectly like a glove. And it's so clean. It's ridiculously clean. Do you want the cleanest armor that you've ever seen? It's like full plate, right? So. Oh, just from a D&D experience point of view, because we all have more experience. No.
I mean, from Lord of the Rings, Mithril seemed really valuable.
Yeah,
And I can and
there's nothing wrong with this. He thinks that if you want really clean armor, this is cool, and he's just there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that what you have, you definitely, it's just really weird, right? So unusual. So yeah. So you Spalding may have heard of this stuff. So armor that always stays clean. So he's like,
I
well,
mean, does it do anything else besides stay clean? Because like I can get like a rag and then my armor stays clean.
Yeah, this seems like something that Steve would really enjoy.
yeah. So, anyways, all right. Well, you guys, if you don't want anything else, he offers that and offers it for trade in general, and that's about all. So, yeah. So,
Do you have any health potions, by chance?
oh, I'm sorry. The Harples have been gone for several years, and we traded them all away. So, we have a few left in the infirmary, but they're, you may have to try Mirabar for that. So,
Anything for exorcisms?
oh no, is somebody in town possessed?
No, someone in town is not possessed. You do not need to worry. This remains the happiest place on the continent.
Geez, somebody possessed near here?
Sure, why not? It's like there was further south of us, we came across an unusual situation that we aren't certain on, but are trying to cover our basis.
All right. Well, he says, oh, geez, I have to, anything you can tell me, I have to tell the masters about it. I'll send them a message.
How soon would you get a response back from them?
Oh, tomorrow or never? Depends on the mood.
Okay.
He goes like this. Makes a little, like, but really nice guys.
So we won't wait for that.
Yeah. We don't have time to wait for tomorrow until never.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll let them know anyways, so. Do you have any other information? So, yeah, he's definitely, just very helpful. Offers you some rations, whatever else you want, just for free. He says, "Do you need any healing now?"
Yes.
Okay.
We actually do. If we haven't had a long rest, we're still banged up, right?
Yep.
Can we just? What time is it? Can we just take a rest?
It's the middle
Well,
of
I
the
think
afternoon.
we're already on the down HP.
Early afternoon. Yeah, and any healing you can do now would be appreciated.
Okay. He starts to cast the something you didn't even realize, Dwayne Kelp. You don't realize that he was even a caster. Nobody did. Yet he somehow casts the equivalent of prayer of healing. So.
I mean, should we take off our pants and show our legs to see if he can do something like that, or is that going to get us thrown out of town?
Well, it depends on if you just stopped it. Should we take off our pants? It might get weird.
I was gonna say,
So first,
bring out some other
how much does,
details instead.
Sam, I'm gonna roll it. Go ahead.
Well, I just said we might get some different ideas coming to us instead of just healing.
Yeah, everybody gets sorry. Everybody gets 14 hit points. So.
sweet.
Yeah.
Almost
1 second here. 1 second. Chance.
Yeah, with the level 12 stuff, I had taken the tough feat, and now that I'm down one level without that, I have like 38 less hit points. I'm like, it increased my account by like 50%.
Well, you just got to work hard for the next one then. And I did actually find out that I do have some spells that can help with possession. So I have a magic circle that can actually contain a possessed thing.
Oh.
And I think I also have a a protection of good or from evil and good that I guess can potentially exorcise someone. But that's assuming that that's what that is. So at least we have some, assuming I don't burn through my spell slots.
Hello. Sorry.
What level are those?
Oh, they're both first, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or sorry, magic circle's third.
He smiles and says, "It's a little trick I picked up anyway." So. My God favors me. Favors you, I guess.
Yeah,
Are you guys gonna rest?
You got it out if it's already done, but it'll stop it from going in if it's not.
You talking to me, son?
Yeah,
Protection from evil and good.
gotcha.
Yeah, it gives them advantage if they're already possessed on their saving throws, but otherwise it protects them.
Okay. So, yes. So you yeah, you guys are gonna try and rest somewhere. Where would you like to rest?
Well, I don't know if you really need to.
Yeah.
I think
All right.
most people are in pretty good shape. And you speak up if anyone disagrees, but I think we're in pretty good shape.
Okay. That's good because it'd take quite a bit of time off your travel. So. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, no, we're fine. We'll keep going.
All right. So you guys head north. Yes.
Yep.
Continue to your bar, where you heard Bob might be, or you heard he might be. Between
Yes.
there and Xanthar's Keep, you're not sure. You've heard
Do we know
both
what
things.
do we know what the two little upside down age ribbons are near
That's
the forest?
Yeah. So that is where an orphan has been collected, but nobody has resolved how they got there.
What do you mean by got there? Like, why?
They were collected. So if you go into a town and you found an orphan and nobody knows whose its parents were or where it came from, that's the symbol.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it's like, oh, they were killed by bandits on the road or whatever. So this is the symbol that.
And sometimes here's a child.
And sometimes, yeah, they're just found, in a basket of reeds on the edge of the creek. And then rumors of massacre come from the east. But anyways, sorry. Teasing all the people that went to religious school. Anyways, so, so yes, no, it's just I don't know, it's just random. So you had the Xanthar's Keep. It's a fortified village, so it is heavily fortified. It always has been. There's a lot of, if you're not in Long Sound here, there's a lot of sort of activity here that might be considered, a reason to fortify the keep. It's right on the edge of the Lurkwood, and that's always trouble. Nobody can ever get all the really dangerous things out of the Lurkwood. So yeah. So, but yeah, and that symbol above it is the symbol for unknown danger on the road. So found, and it's fairly old. Like that's not a new. That was once there was unknown danger on this road that was never resolved. There's more mysteries on this road and the markings you have than the maps you're usually given. So yeah, you're actually wondering if Bob's maps have more information on them. Because this is Bob's map you're using for this trip from his desk. You're actually wondering if they have more notes on them than what you're given. You might be just given a need to know. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And you can mark on your kit, Drew. Don't forget to mark. You have like a new map, so just put new map.
Fancy map? Sure.
Yeah, new map. It's the one everybody's orphanage has, but you have one with more markings on it now. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I take something out of my cloak.
Where's that? Where's the roller? All right. Okay. When was that invented? All right. You have a one of those things for your character has heard of with a needle that finds the direction. Yeah, and it has like a little case, a little wooden case around it. That's a metal needle floating around in it, and it's in water inside. When you open it up like this, like a clamshell, it's in water, but the water doesn't. You realize after a second it doesn't move or spill or anything. So you realize like you can turn this upside down, and the water doesn't come out of it. If you touch it, it feels like water. There's a little needle floating around in it. The needle is right now is pointed north, and on the bottom of it, there's like a little secret compartment or something there. You know, you have to push it in. You think it's one of those things that pops out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel like if you push it, it would pop out, but you're not sure. So, yeah. Yep. So, yeah.
Cool.
You can write it down as a compass, but it's you know, it's a little complicated as to how it's definitely magical. So.
Fancy compass. Gotcha.
Yeah, magic compass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you guys head north to Xanthar's Keep, and that's a fairly fortified place. When you get there, you find that it's not as sort of welcoming as it usually is. So you approach the um, sorry, you approach the fortified wooden gates. There's two guards. They're definitely I know from being there before. Behind them is another layer of stone, another wall of stone. These two guys are just standing up there on the top, and just the gates closed, saying, "Be best to go around today."
What's going on?
Oh, trouble in the woods. So in the Lurkwood. We're told not to open the gates unless it's urgent. So.
Well, it's not urgent.
Do you roll an insight?
Okay. 18.
He means that he is scared of what's in the woods. He is concerned that you may be hostile.
What's in the woods, man?
We sent scouts to find out, and they never came back. And that's the second group. First, an adventuring group went on their own. They never came back.
Well, we're looking for mysterious things. We can check it out, right, guys?
Well, I don't know that you would want to come back. You might not come back though. That's the problem.
But if we do come back, can we go inside?
You problem solved.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Let's roll out, guys.
Is there anything that people who went in little could told you about the place?
Anything what?
Has everyone who've gone in not come back?
Well, first this peasant came in. He was just out picking for food or something. I mean, I don't know why. Everybody here has a basic amount of food, but I guess he wanted something different. And he came in and he just was screaming about like this giant monster of the woods that was just like eating everything in sight, eating trees, eating people, eating everything. So yeah, and I don't really know. He seemed kind of crazy, but then we sent somebody out to look. Well, actually, that adventuring party went out, that group of problem solvers, and they never came back. That was like 3 days ago. And then we sent scouts out, and we told them to be really quiet and stealthily, and they didn't come back either. So
Hmm. Well, hopefully we can save some of them.
That would be great. I'm sure everybody would be grateful, he says, thinking that you might be the cause of the problem. Drew,
Yeah.
you're 50-50 on maybe racist species. But two of your party members look like monsters, so
True.
not big ones about, but not ones that are going to eat trees. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, well, we can still fix their problem, and they'll be less racist if we've dealt with it for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not actually that common, you know, other than the sort of subtle "I'm not going to hang out with you," you know.
Yeah.
So because of the nature of the world, usually you have to be. Well, Spalding's a different deal though, so really. But lizard folk have a reputational problem too. But you feel like just everybody maybe here that doesn't look like him. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
It's fine. We've run into it before.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, there's a main trail through the into the Lurkwood. It goes to the glade in the middle, and then after that, people usually don't travel. So that's where the scouts would have went. It goes. Where's the? Where's the? Yeah, it goes into here. There's a glade in the middle, and then people don't usually go past there either. That doesn't work out well. There's every kind of monster possible past there, but this area here is generally completely safe for foraging and everything like that. There's not usually anything coming there, and definitely in the east of it, we've never heard of anything this devastating. Eating trees, I tell you.
That's concerning.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, you're able to head in on the forest trail if you wish.
Let's make our way.
Yep. If there's nothing else stopping us, then let's head into the woods.
Yep.
Can I like keep an eye on the surroundings as we're going in, see if I notice anything that might give an indication of what type of monster is has been
Right. Right. Okay, so you guys in the forest. It's dark and heavy. I mean, you've probably stuck your feet in here before, but you haven't had a real reason to go deep in. And um, it's pretty dark and pretty dense. Right away, Drew, you're just at everybody really. You're just on guard and on edge in general.
Okay.
So yeah. So yeah, you guys head into there, and it's you see that other people pass recently, but like there's not a lot of traffic on this road. Drew can tell right away that it's not normally this. You know, the people are definitely foraging in here. You can see some people have planted wild species along the trail to make sure they were easy to harvest. Things that like to live in the dark, like mushrooms and stuff like that, along the edge. So yeah. So yeah. So anyways, yeah, you guys head in there and you find it's about. Let me look at the distance. Oops, wrong button. Oh yeah, not that far. You go a few miles in, you hear as you start to get about a quarter of the way down to where he said the clearing was, you hear the ground just rumble every once in a while, like just a tunk. You know the cup shaking in Jurassic Park or whatever. Right? This happens every once in a while. So, and yeah, I mean, you guys can head straight in. We'll have to take a break, but if you would like, you can head straight in.
Let's I think let's head straight in.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll just grab our break at the moment, and yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
10-minute break, back at 8.
Yep, sounds good. See you soon.